We got our first Mojo Moment rematch here. Joey Spallina, Charlie Johnson, this time in the ACC championship game. And I want to talk about the different phases of a dodge. And I recently had Jesse Bernhardt on the channel. We're going to be getting that episode out. And we talked a lot about coaching 1v1 concepts, continuing to develop our philosophies. You know, really, I'm getting more into the process of teaching this in phases. You have approach, contain, engage. So we call it ACE. If you do those three things well, you can be on the hip of that offensive player. You can either call it sticky. I've been kind of experimenting with the phrase in phase that I've taken from football and DBs covering wide receivers. And if you do those three things well, you're sticky to the offensive guy, and you have the ability to finish. So we call it ACE plus F. And every 1v1 dodge is going to look a little bit different. But what you have is elements that we can break down into pieces to teach our defensive guys the correct concepts. So what you see here is going to be an approach. So you can already see this approach is fairly short. After your approach and after you're breaking down, you get into your containment, which is a lot about your footwork, right? How do you contain this offensive guy where you can get in the opportunity to engage him physically for the first time? So he's doing a good job containing, and we get our first engagement. And really, if you go back to the first clip with Charlie and Spallina, I think Charlie's in a better position in the first clip than this clip. You can see his engagement isn't great. He's kind of getting bench pressed here where his hand is up against his body, and you can see his hips are upfield. He's off balance. So really, Joey gives him an opportunity to recover because he doesn't get to the island, right? He gets himself in this corridor. We see a really good first slide here from Duke, and second slide, to be honest. But for the sake of time, I want to talk about being intentional on your finish. So we already talked about this, right? We said approach, contain, engage. And if you do those three things well, you have the opportunity to finish. And that's what you should be judged on as a defender. When it comes to 1v1, you think about a DB covering a wide receiver. The best DBs finish. And I want to show you just one last piece before we get out of here about finishing, because the approach, contain was good, the engage not great, but watch this windshield wipe where Charlie goes over the head very quickly and is on hands here. I mean, a lot of defenders that are young especially, but you even see this at the college level, they're comfortable just being here. Hey, I got a great V hold, or if you windshield wipe here, I got a great cross check hold here. But it's about disruption, it's about being on the hands. And Charlie does a great job here, I'll show it to you in real time, of being on the hands and finishing this play. And even though Spallina almost gets this off to a score, he's at least intentional with his finish. So great play both sides, still developing that concept.